3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, July 9th, 2018. I hope you're doing well. It's Monday. We have a full week ahead of us. Last week was July 4th. This week is a full week. And I want to do a quick update to start this week on this Monday. Talk about Bitcoin, some things I'm looking at on the charts, kind of some things you can look at as well going into this week. It's going to be kind of a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario. But it's pretty interesting when things are just kind of leveled off, right? And trading sideways. It's like kind of a standoff between the bulls and the bears. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And then if we break up, you're going to have people kind of maybe FOMOing, right? And then if we break down, you might have some people panicking, especially being we're at a pretty critical support level. We need to kind of stay above. We definitely don't want to break below $6,000 on Bitcoin. But let's look at these scenarios. So to talk about the bearish scenario, right? And this is more of a short-term bearish scenario in my book, at least what I'm looking for if there were to be a pullback of any sort right now. I mentioned this, I think, once in a video, I think last week. But if you look at the daily, obviously a huge stepping stone would be to break that 50 EMA, get back up above that. But with where we are right now, I'm looking at pretty key support at this previous lower low before the low, right around like $6,200, maybe a little bit more than $6,200. But in a pullback scenario from where we are right now, if we see support at that area and a possible bounce, it's going to do a couple of things for us. Obviously, it's going to form a really healthy looking reverse head and shoulders, which is what I did talk about the other day in a video in terms of a possible pullback on Bitcoin. And that could be a great sign of a bottom for Bitcoin if we do see support at that $6,200 area if we pull back. And kind of in synergy with that happening, I want to point out, you can see we're pretty overbought on the stock RSI. And so if we do have a pullback to say that $6,200 support area, that's going to bring us back down a little bit. Which is also, it would be healthy for Bitcoin to do that before continuing up. That's not to say we can't continue up from where we are right now, because surely we can. And that's what we'll talk about now, the bullish upside of where we are now. Because if you go to the 4 hour, and that's what we're going to look at for this bullish scenario is the 4 hour. One thing you'll see, and I talked about this, I believe, in the live stream the other day, for the first time since May, we are actually above the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, which is a very good sign. And not only are we above it, but we've actually, and let me really expand in here, look at that support we've had right at that 200 EMA on the 4 hour, right above the $6,700 mark for Bitcoin. There's been pretty strong support in that little area, and we're continuing to see that support right now. So bullish scenario is we kind of bounce off of this support area to form a new higher high, and it would look something like this. I don't know where we would go. Obviously approaching the $7,000 mark, which is right up here, would be huge. If that happens, I do not know. But you can see on the daily chart, approaching that $7,000 mark, it's $300 away. It's also just above the 50 EMA on the daily. So that would be incredibly bullish scenario if that happened. And it would also kind of lead that 50 EMA to really strongly approach the 200 EMA for a cross above the 200 EMA, which you remember the last time we had that was in April. Mid-April, we had that cross as we kind of made that run up to $10,000. So right now, it's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm anticipating both an upside and a downside, and those are the two scenarios. If we do see a downside, I'm really looking for strong support at $6,200. I would love to see support in that area. If that broke, then obviously that next kind of mental support area would be $6,000, which would still have the reverse head and shoulders in play if that happened. But then on the upside, on the 4 hour, really pretty simple what we're looking for. We're looking for new highs to really start solidifying this bottom, if that can happen. Because if that happens, if we get a 50 EMA cross above the 200 with higher highs and higher lows, and we start kind of forming this uptrend similar to what we had in April to May for that uptrend, then, you know, it could be a bullish scenario. We can get some positive momentum, and you might have those bulls kind of taking back over. But only time will tell. But right now, I think it's, you know, these are some pretty solid things to keep your eye on, being as it's Monday, it's the beginning of the week. Who knows what's going to happen? We could have a Monday night bull run. We could have a Monday night bear sell-off. I guess time will tell. Really appreciate all of you for coming by, commenting, talking to me, letting me know your ideas. What are your ideas? What are you thinking right now in this market as we kind of are trading somewhat sideways right now? Will that change soon? Are you selling? Are you holding? Are you buying? Are you accumulating? Let me know. I'm curious. I'm always learning from all of you. I appreciate all of you. As always, I will see you in the next video, and God bless.